guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about things that brides tend to forget about, especially if they do not have a wedding planner to guide them along and to make sure that they have everything that they need to have a successful wedding day. So I feel like a lot of times brides definitely focus more on the pretty things, which are also the fun part of planning weddings, and I don't blame you. But in order to have a successful wedding, you definitely need to focus on the important things. So I know that the dress and the cake and the flowers and the decor, the lighting, like all that is very exciting, very fun. But there are a lot of other things that go along with you know, having a successful wedding day. So the first thing that you want to do is to make sure that you have a checklist of everything that you need, and you want to start doing this at least I want to say, to be on the safe side, 3 months before your wedding. Just make sure that you have a great checklist of everything that you're going to need. A lot of times you can find that in a great wedding planner book, which that's something that you really need to get as soon as you get engaged, so you kind of, you know, can kind of stay on a good course and know what needs to be done. Your marriage license. Okay, so as a wedding planner, that is one thing that really is like a pet peeve of mine. Like, I want you to make sure that you have your marriage license definitely ahead of time. The last thing that I want to do is be trying to go from the ceremony to the hotel because you forgot the marriage license. Like, I need all of that stuff at the rehearsal so I can make sure that I'm prepared to give it to the pastor to get it signed after the ceremony, and we can move on. It's like we've been through that a lot with couples forgetting the marriage license, or maybe somebody else has the marriage license. So yeah, make sure that you have the marriage license prepared on the day of to give to the officiant, you know, pastor. So that's very important. You want to make sure that you're legally married. The next thing that you're going to want to do is to have separate bags for your wedding. So you're going to want to have a bag that's going to go to the hotel prior, and those are going to be for your rehearsal dinner attire and all those things that you're going to need for the day before. You're going to need a separate bag for the wedding day. You're going to need another bag, or either you can section your bag off for the night of the wedding, and of course a separate bag for your honeymoon. I'm gonna try to make a video about that, as far as like all the different things that you'll need working up to the wedding. I mean, it's gonna be a minute, so it's not something I'm gonna do like the next video. But yeah, I just thought about that just now. I mean, that would be kind of a great video to film because there's like a lot of moving parts, especially for women, things that you're going to need leading up to that. Okay, so the next thing is reserved seating for family. You want to make sure that you let your family members know ahead of time that they are going to be in the reserved seating, whether it be the ceremony reserved seating, but definitely the reception reserved seating. A lot of times couples nowadays, they don't do like place settings, they just have reserved seating for immediate family, special guests, definitely the wedding party, and then everyone else can just kind of sit where they want. That's like a whole nother video. So it's like the more that I do this, the more that I'm thinking about all these different topics that, you know, are important to talk about. But yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you let them know ahead of time, so they know whenever it's time for them to be seated, they know that they are going to, you know, exactly where to go, basically. Because with us, we don't really know your entire family. Like, we have lists, but of course we don't know them by face. But if you let them know ahead of time, that's something they already feel comfortable with. They're not having to, you know, really ask us where do they sit, and just, yeah, just make sure that they know that they are part of the reserved seating section for the ceremony and the reception. Alright, so this is something that is extremely important, and that is going to be to eat. And I know you might be like, okay, Carmen, really? Like, really? You guys have no idea the way that the time on the day, it flies by. And then you have all of your guests and your family like wanting to come up to you during dinner and talk, and you're trying to eat, and the plate will just sit there because you're getting up, mingling, talking. I mean, these are people that you maybe haven't seen in years, and you're excited to see them, they're excited to see you, and it's just so much going on, and you want to make sure that you eat. That's why we always, before we even open up the reception door, usually during cocktail hour, we will take our couple off to the side to a conference room or just a private area and let them have at least 20 minutes to eat, and just to let it all sink in that, oh my God, we really just got married. And I mean, that is like a critical part of our timeline, is to make sure that our couples have that alone time and to make sure that they eat, because that's the last thing that, you know, anybody wants to do, is to be after the wedding, everything, you know, you're so excited, and then the only thing you want to do is just to get to the hotel so you can eat. That's not what you want to be doing after after the reception. So yeah, it's just very important that you take the time out to make sure that you eat, because I mean, if you think about it, especially with our couples, like, they go through so much as far as making sure that the meal is perfect for their guests, as far as the tastings and the sides and everything that goes along with it, even down to, you know, the drinks. And you go through all that, and then you don't eat, and you're spending thousands of dollars on food and you don't eat. So yeah, that's something that is absolutely critical. So definitely make sure that you set aside time throughout the night to eat. So again, thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you like and subscribe to this video, and we will see you in the next one. You guys have a great week. Like, I have no other excuse except for that. I really do enjoy making videos.